Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be talking about our past UFC events we've had from July 18th all the way to last weekend, August 15th. So starting off first, we had DDP versus Kamaru Usman. This was in Oklahoma City. DDP won by decision. Pretty much, it was almost a full domination. I think when he came to the rounds, the scoring was he won 4-1. I think maybe Usman won the third or fourth round, which was still very close, but pretty much a full-on domination for DDP. Next for these guys, I believe DDP is just going to wait and see what happens next for the top three for a title shot. We know Sean Strickland is now the new champion of the middleweight division, and he has beaten him two times before. But I think the next title fight in that division would be Sean Strickland and Imavov, number two. I think Imavov definitely deserves a title shot. He's beaten a lot of good guys in the division, and is definitely deserves his shot. I think if DDP really wants to fight soon, his next fight would maybe be Hamzat, have a rematch against him, but there's nothing really on the line for that. No belts or anything. So I'd be very surprised if he even takes that fight, or maybe is even offered it. But yeah, I mean, he's probably just going to sit and wait and see what happens next in that top three of the division. And then for Kamaru Usman, I think for him it's either retirement or maybe one more fight. Someone who's in the lower of the top 15, maybe someone like Daniel Rodriguez or Uris Medic, who just fought each other not too long ago. But I mean, if he wants to fight again, it's up to him. But I think retirement is maybe the best option, especially he took a tough beating in this fight. But yeah, he's like I think his last four, he's only won one against Joaquin Buckley, which was last year. But yeah, it's either retirement for him or someone in the lower of the top 15 at 170. And I think 170 is better for him. He's too small for 185. Just doesn't have the frame for that weight class. But yeah, 170 would definitely be his best option. And then July 25th, we had Magomed Ankalaev versus Guskov. This was in Abu Dhabi. This fight was originally supposed to be Magomed versus Khalil Roundtree, but Roundtree pulled out. This was a complete domination also. Ankalaev actually got the TKO at the end of the fifth round, but still, if it went to decision, he would have won all five rounds. Complete domination for him. He definitely deserves a title shot next. Once Carlos Ulberg comes back from his ACL injury, I think that'd be an amazing striking battle. Both guys are amazing strikers. And for Kuzkov, he's still a great fighter. I think he's still ranked number 9 in the division after this fight. I have to double check that, but I think he's still up there. I think a great matchup for him next would be probably Cleo Roundtree, because I think he still deserves someone up there for his next fight. I was gonna say Jan Blachowicz, but Jan just fought Navajo Sterling, and that was a tough fight for him. But yeah, he still has some options. He's still a great fighter. I like to see what's next for him. And then yeah, Ankalaev again deserves a title shot. Hopefully, Carlos Ulberg comes back within the next year. He had a very bad ACL injury against his fight with his fight against Yuri. But yeah, that's that for them. And then August 1st, we had Urs Medic versus Daniel Rodriguez. This was in Serbia. Amazing performance by Ursik Medic. First round finish. I think it was under a minute. I think it was like 35 seconds. But yeah, it was under a minute. It was an amazing performance by him. I think his next fight for him should be Leon Edwards. That'd be an amazing fight. Leon Edwards is on a 3-fight losing streak. I think Urs Medic smokes him, to be honest. I think it'd be the end of Leon Edwards after if they did fight. For Daniel Rodriguez, maybe someone like Kamaru Usman. Looking at his performance in his last fight that we talked about before. But yeah, I mean, not too many options for Daniel Rodriguez. It was kind of tough for him. He kind of had ring rust because he was out for over a year. We know he was locked up in jail in Mexico, so he had some ring rust. And against a tough guy like Urs Medic, you got to give him credit for going against a dangerous fight, a dangerous guy for his first fight back in over a year and a half. But yeah, I mean, Medic, I think, is definitely one of the top prospects. I think in the whole UFC, he hasn't really been tested with his grappling. We know his striking is a 10 out of 10. So maybe he fights after his Leon Edwards fight, which he would probably win. We will see what can happen to him when he goes against good grapplers like Sean Brady, maybe in the future. Someone like maybe Islam if he's still champion. If Medic gets up there in the future in the top five and top three. But yeah, Medic is definitely one of the top prospects. An enjoyable guy to watch. But yeah, very excited to see what's next for him. August 8th, we had Gamrot versus Quillen Salkid. This was a very interesting fight. A lot of people were thinking Salkid was going to knock Gamrot out, but he submitted him in the second round. We know Gamrot has crazy grappling, put the pressure, but Quillen just made a whole 360. He made Gamrot quit in that fight by rear naked choke. An amazing performance by him. We know that Quillen's an amazing striker, but in his last couple of fights, he showed that he has very good grappling, and he's a well-rounded fighter. I'm very excited what he does next. He's only 26, I believe. He is in the top 10 now. Definitely could be a future champion. His next fight, I believe people were saying would they would like to see him versus Max Holloway. That would be an amazing fight. Trying to think who else would be there. He's maybe people were saying BMF fight, uh, against Charles, or well, we have Armin and Mauricio Rufy. Those guys are booked. But yeah, I think Max is his best option because I think Max is like number five right now in the division at 155. But that'd be a great matchup for him. Two amazing strikers. Those guys would definitely go to war. And for Gamrot, he's getting kind of been back and forth. He's been losing one, winning one, losing one, kind of back and just a back and forth for him. So I don't know what will be next for him. He still has an amazing record. He's only lost to the best. Before this fight, he was only 26-4. He's only lost to guys like Quillen, Charles. I think he lost to Beneil. I forgot who his other two losses are, but it's only been to the best guys. So I mean, he's still definitely up there. Definitely has to work a little bit on his striking. He uses too much of his grappling, even though he's one of the best grapplers in his weight class. But yeah, I don't know what'll be next for him. There's not too many matchups right now because most people are booked or rumored to fight. But yeah, amazing performance by Quillen. And then last weekend, August 15th, we had Islam Makhachev versus Ian Machado Gary. This fight was definitely Islam's toughest fight at 170. Um, just the stylistically look at this fight, Ian Machado Gary, a lot of people were thinking he wasn't able to beat Islam, including me too. I thought he had a very good chance, and he proved that he had defended a good amount of Islam's takedowns. Even when Islam did take him down, Islam couldn't hold him down. He did get dropped with a crazy head kick by Islam, but everybody gets caught. It was only one moment in the fight. I think Islam should have really won it by split decision. Ununanimous decision is kind of crazy. He didn't really dominate that much, and like till the fifth round, it was really much of a domination for him in the last round. But yeah, when he got taken down, Ian got right back up. Showed his great takedown defense. Used a little bit of his striking. I think one mistake he did make Machado was that he basically had no movement the whole fight. When they were striking, he stood right in front of Islam. He should have been more lighter on his feet, especially like the fight with Carlos Prates, where he's moving around more. Because when you're standing still like that, it's easy for a grappler to shoot on a single leg or any kind of takedown. And we saw that Islam was shooting for that single leg. But that was only the really big mistake. I don't think we'll see these guys fight again. I would like to see them because I think maybe be a different outcome. But Islam looks great at 170. He's maybe a little too small for his size because you look at guys like Carlos Prates, Michael Morales, they are much bigger than him. But yeah, those are definitely two of the guys next to fight for the title against Islam. I think Carlos Prates would be next. But I think Islam still beats him. I think he submits him. Michael Morales maybe has a chance against him because he has good striking, good grappling. But I think Islam's still on a whole nother level. But yeah, if Islam got through Ian, I think it's over for 170. I don't think really anybody has a great chance like Ian did against Islam. But yeah, Islam got the job done. I think he did break the record. He has the most. He has the sorry highest win streak in the UFC. 17 wins in a row. He broke Anderson Silva's record. He was tied with him after beating JDM last year. But yeah, amazing performance. It was. I want to say it's amazing, but decent performance against a very tough guy. I think for next for Ian, I think a great fight will be maybe Michael Morales. I think Carlos Prates and Islam is next for the title, and then Michael Morales and Ian Machado Gary. I mean, sorry, yes, Michael Morales and Ian Machado Gary for the number one contender. But yeah, a lot of great things at 170. I think honestly, it's the best division in the UFC. So many great fighters. We have Gabriel Bonfim against Sean Brady, which is November 7th. That's in the Apex, number 5 and number 6. And you have Joaquin Buckley versus Mike Malott, which I think is in or I think the end of this month, I believe. I'm gonna have to look at that. Well, I'll check that. But yeah, a lot of great things at 170. Let's look at the upcoming events we have. We have August 22nd in Sacramento. Anthony Hernandez, who's number 7, and I think, and then RoboCop, who's ranked number 12, I believe. That has to be a very good fight. August 29th, we have Umar Nurmagomedov versus Song Yadong. Uh, let's see the fight cards. Yeah, we have other decent fights here. Um, I don't know. Okay, we have some decent fights here. Next week, um, we have Hooker versus I. I can't pronounce this guy's name, but I know who he is. He fought in KSW. Saladin Pernazi, I think is how you pronounce his name. I've seen his highlights. He's very, very good. He actually might finish Dan Hooker. He's an amazing striker. That's definitely be a tough fight for Dan Hooker. That'd be in Paris, France. And then we have uh, Gene Silver versus Yair Rodriguez. Brandon Moreno versus Joseph Morales. That's UFC Nochi. That will be very good fights. UFC 331. We have Joshua Van versus Alessandro Pantoja, number 2, and we have the Arman Sarukian against Mauricio Rufi. That'd be a great fight. Predictions for this fight: I think Pantoja is gonna win. Uh, the only thing I'm worried about him is that he's getting older. We know he's very durable, but once you get older, your chin starts to slow. You just start to slow down overall. And Joshua Van, his last fight looked unbelievable. His amazing striking, great grappling defense. He was able to get out a lot of positions against Tatsuro Taira. So yeah, we'll see what happens in this fight. I think it'd be very close, but I hope Pantoja comes up top. And then for Arman Tsarukyan against Mauricio Rufi, I think Arman Tsarukyan wins by decision. Mauricio Rufi is a great striker, but I feel like the grappling would be way too much. And we've seen what happens when Mauricio Rufi fights someone who's a very great grappler. So I can only be seeing Arman. He's an amazing grappler, and obviously he's one of the best guys at 155. It's just going to be, I think, a big domination for Arman. And Mauricio maybe will get lucky to land some good strikes and get TKO. But if he does it, it's going to be a tough night for Mauricio Rufi. That will be in Los Angeles. And then we have UFC Fight Night, September 26th. That's still to be determined. And then Salt Lake City, UFC 332. I don't know what this is going to be. This is either people were saying it's going to be Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane, number 2. I think that would probably be that's what will happen, but people are hoping it doesn't happen. Um, or I think maybe someone. I think Valentina Shevchenko will maybe defend her belt there. But I don't know because looking at UFC 333, we also have Joaquin Buckley versus Mike Malott, October 17th. I think we'll load more. Oh, I can't load more. What the hell? Let's see. Go to rankings and events. Maybe a little more. Oh, I can't. All right. So, but for UFC 333, it's Peter Yan versus Marab, number 3, and then we have another title fight, Volk versus Mozart. Those are 2 title fights that we knew were definitely going to happen this year, but they're on the same card in Abu Dhabi. I think that's October 24th, I believe. So I don't know what happened for UFC 332, and then we'll have 334. Oh no, we'll have 334 in November, and then 335 in December, right? Yeah, yep, that would be it. We still don't know what those are for. So one will probably not be a title fight because since we're having so many title fights happening, in such a short amount of time. But we will see. Still, so many stacked fights. I'm very excited. Um, Let me know what you guys thought about these last fights over the past month in the comments. Make sure to check my TikTok and check my clothing brand out. It'll be in the description of this video. And see you guys soon. Peace.